Good morning, Steve here at Aussie Property at number 8 Wildflower Grove in Mernda. Site inspection at 10:30 on Wednesday the 25th of July. As we can see, stood to the front of the property here, rendered facade, tile roof. And as you can see here, this is property is nicely orientated actually, with north directly behind, which is great for sun across the rear of the property. Obviously it's a little bit dark here now because I'm facing directly into the sun, but front yard is very well cared for, low maintenance. Got a steep decline here to the concrete driveway and plenty of water drainage directly in front of the double garage door, which is good for the soak away. Spanning the property, we've got some entrance lighting, and as we can see, all the borders and front lawn area are well maintained and easily maintainable from a management perspective. Side access to front, and a generous welcome area under roofline into the front hallway. Stepping inside, we've got a very wide entrance hallway here, slightly higher ceilings. Give you an orientation here. Directly on my first left is the master suite, which is where we'll start. To the right here is the door into the double garage. Beyond is a opening into formal living, and then to the left is the opening into the kitchen, family area and study. Stepping inside, we've got a floating floor, which this home's built approximately 2011 by Boutique Homes. Many parts of the area, so pretty much the flooring throughout is original. So we expect some upgrades there in the short to medium term future. Now on my left, as I mentioned, is the master suite with smoke alarm above. We'll speak separately about the landlord responsibilities with regards to the smoke alarm. Stepping into the master suite, starting here on the left. Now double aspect here, which is great, night lit, but obviously here is the south facing facade, so the lots of windows here actually create a very nice bright room, which is great. We have ducted heating vent plus evap cooling vent. Walls and ceiling in good repair. Carpet certainly doesn't appear to be any damage or stains. It is, as mentioned, a little bit nearing towards the middle to end of its life cycle, so replacement will be required at some point in the future. Door into walk-in robe. As we can see, generous hanging and storage space, and further opening into the ensuite, complete with tile flooring, single basin, which is ceramic and with no defects, good water pressure, and no water defects to the timber shelving or cabinetry below. Partially tiled wall splashbacks, side aspect window, a shower cubicle here. Again, slightly old-fashioned tiling, but in good repair. And this has been touched up over time, which is good. You can see here the silicone has been touched up. And that's just, we've always got to make sure that that is watertight for obvious reasons. And then conveniently behind is a doorway into a separate powder room. Good extraction above. No defects to the ceramic bowl, floor, walls and ceiling. No defects to note. Now further off the entrance hallway, we've got a wide opening into the formal living. side aspect with roller blind and curtain rail. Again, medium life cycle with the carpet, walls and ceiling in good repair. There's a ducted heating vent, evap cooling vent directly above. But overall, a well-proportioned room, offering good versatile accommodation and living space. I'm going to continue rolling here because I'm just going to span directly behind myself. Continuation from the reception hallway, wide opening into the study, which is a generous proportion. Again, side aspect, walls and ceiling in good repair, ducted heating vent, and before you enter the space there is a further evap cooling overhead vent, and flowing into the casual family area. Again, very light and bright, two side aspect windows, continuation of the wood flooring here, again aged in some areas. It's a floating flooring, timber flooring. A nice feature of this room here is this corner window fully retracts in both directions, so down here, so really does create an indoor-outdoor area with the under roof line al fresco. Further protection around the window with roller blinds, and once again ducted heating and evap cooling vent. So overall an L-shaped space, and centrally positioned within that is the family kitchen. We've got stone bench tops here, breakfast bar, and under bench cabinetry. Now starting on the right, actually a very generous pantry with power sockets, so ideal for microwave here. Oops. Generous space for quite a large fridge freezer, which is great. Often they're quite narrow with overhead storage. And as we can see, in fact, there's further space here for microwave, inset double basin with reasonable water pressure. And once again, certainly no signs of any escaping water. All the timber is in good repair. Adjacent Miele dishwasher, not tested. Certainly looks like it's being used currently. 4 drawers. And just behind here we've got a Bellissimo electric fan assisted oven. As you can see there, the vent's actually working. I've not tested obviously the heating element. Gas top cooking with 5-ring burners and overhead stainless steel extractor unit. With good extraction. Again, further drawers either side of the oven. Low level and high level cabinetry with under pelmet lighting and glass splashback. And further continuing into a generous dining space. Plenty of room for a table with 6 to 8 chairs. Again, no defects to walls or ceiling. Continuation of floating flooring, and brought together again by this folding door all the way back here with roller blinds and further rear aspect window. I'm just going to continue shooting this video because the property does flow very well, and I want to capture that within this video. Now, as we enter the inner hallway, we have this inner hallway services 3 bedrooms, one to my right, further by the family bathroom separate powder room, I believe, and laundry, and 2 further bedrooms to the rear. Starting in the guest room, it's a side aspect with roller blind. Again, no defects to note to floor, walls or ceiling. We have a ducted heated overhead vent, and as you can see, a double built-in robe. Bedrooms 3 and 4 are both generous singles, starting here. As we can see, rear aspect, so the block out blind will be effective here to reduce the heat during the summer. Overhead ducted vent, no cooling. So both these rear aspect bedrooms 3 and 4 could be exposed to quite a high level of heat in the summer. But as you can see, plenty of space for single bed and further benefit from double built-in robe. Bedroom 4 being a similar dimension, rear aspect, overhead ducted heating vent, no defects to note. And built-in double robe. So all 3 additional bedrooms are serviced by this family bathroom. Added bonus here of a separate bath, which would be favoured amongst tenants. Side aspect, partially tiled walls, inset down lighting with overhead heated light. Ceramic basin with no defects. Good water pressure, stone bench top. And no defects to note to timber cabinetry. The floor is tiled, and the silicone and grout joinery to the tiles appears all watertight. A useful bonus here is separate WC, no defects to note to the ceramic bowl, good extraction from the overhead vent, no defects to walls, floor or ceiling. Laundry, it's a timber bench surface, well it's actually a laminated timber surface with a good range of cupboards here, base and eye level. Partially tiled wall splashback. Very good water pressure. As we can see, no signs of any water damage beneath. Adjacent provisions for washer, wall mounted, dryer overhead. Extractor above, separately tested, working fine. Sliding door to rear aspect. Further storage with a really deep linen press, which is great. And yeah, no defects to note to the floor, which is tiled, walls and ceiling. And finally, to conclude the internal tour into the double garage, here's a good dimension inside. The floor here could benefit from being resurfaced, repainted. Quite an easy and cheap job, but obviously not necessarily required. The dimensions feel slightly oversized here, which is excellent for rear storage as per what's being used currently, and further benefit with rear access via that single doorway in the rear of the shop there. Okay, that concludes the internal tour. Thanks for watching.